In 2026, we see the trendy cafes of Clapton and the luxury flats of the docks. But 150 years ago? This was the other side of the fence. Damian Marley sang about welcome to Jamrock, but Victorian London had a Jamrock of its own. It was a world of extreme wealth built on a foundation of absolute grit. Welcome to Part 4, Docks and Dickens. Charles Dickens was the man who put a heartbeat to the suffering of the East End. He didn't just write novels, he documented a nightmare. He walked these very streets when they were, in his words, impregnated with filthy odors. In the slums like the old Nick Owl, Dickens saw interminable serpents of smoke billowing from the chimneys. This wasn't just brand London, this was survival. If you were born here, life was hardcore from day one. Dickens warned that if we ignore the gritty slums, we ignore the soul of the city itself. But the East End had a hustle that kept the empire running. The massive hops trade. Every autumn, thousands of families from Hackney and Clapton would head out to the fields. It was a huge seasonal migration. They worked from dawn till dusk for just a few shillings. Those pious warehouses of red brick you see, converted into expensive lofts today, they were originally built to store the harvest that fueled every single pub in London. It was the lifeblood of the city, but the people picking those hops were often just one step away from the workhouse. Looming over everything were the prison shadows. Dickens's own father was thrown into a debtor's prison, trauma that fueled his writing for the rest of his life. At the Royal Docks, the scale was massive, an incredible feat of engineering. It brought the entire world to London's doorstep. But for the dockers, it was a borderland of constant danger. It was fact, 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 and nothing but facts for the masters of industry. While the workers faced the constant threat of the law and the shadows of the jail, the Victorian Industrial Revolution shaped the London we see in 2026, but the grit of the East End remains in its DNA. If you enjoyed this journey into the docks and the world of Dickens, do me a huge favor. Like this video, share it with your friends, and drop a comment below what part of London's history should we uncover next. Subscribe to catch Part 5. See you in the next one.